Okay, hi everyone. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank to PEMNA Secretariat for the opportunities to present about Malaysian budget system. Thank you to our moderator for the warm introductions and for facilitating this session so smoothly. Okay, today I will be present on Malaysian budget of system, designed I believe to streamline the budget planning, approval and process efficiency. Okay, currently Malaysia have a system, Malaysian planning system and Malaysian budget system, which we call it MyBelanjawan. Okay, so we implementing outcome-based budgeting, the features for OBB for budget preparation system in Malaysia. Okay, I'll start with the presentation. Okay, I will start with the outline. First, the introductions. Second, the result framework that we use for the budget planning system. We use the OBB, outcome-based budgeting. The third one is the post-implementation challenges in the OBB. The fourth is budget process in BPS. The last, integration for MyBelanjawan, the system, and the benefit of the BPS. Okay, this is the introductions for our system. Oh. Okay, I start over. Okay, I believe I start over for the presentation. Hi everyone. First of all, I would like to thank PEMNA Secretariat for giving me the opportunity to present about the Malaysian budget system. And also thank you to the moderator for the warm introductions and for facilitating this session so smoothly. Okay, today I will be present on Malaysian budget system. I designed, I believe, to streamline the budget planning, approval, process and efficiency. Okay, I'll start with the outline. Okay, First, the introduction. Second, the result framework, which Malaysian use the framework, which is OBB, outcome-based budgeting for the budget system. And then what are the post-implementation challenges in the OBB? The process of the budget process in BPS, integration for the system. For Malaysian budget system, we call it MyBelanjawan. So it's the new system. Basically, the system was, first used last year for the budget 2026. Before this, we're using the previous system, which is the legacy system. We took around 20 months to build the system after we finalized the BRS, Business Requirement Specifications. And then what are the benefits of the BPS? Okay, for the introduction, first is the system. We call it MyBelanjawan. It's cover aspect of performance outcome planning. OBB, like I said just now, we use the OBB concept. And then the system also covers on the budget preparation, which the line ministry used to get in the planning. And then for the third one is the performance monitoring and reporting. Okay, the system is the second one. The system is developed based on the concept of OBB. So basically, the user of the system have to understand about the OBB before they can use the system, because we have to understand about the activity level, program level, PPNF level, or APNF level. The third one, okay, basically the system, like I say, the system is developed around 20 months. So for the phase one, it involves the 6 modules such as RF, result framework, the budget document. We use the system to print the budget book that spread in the parliament, and the dashboard, which is an ongoing process. So the dashboard, we're still finalizing what are the suitable for the dashboard and also publication of the books. And the last one, the system also we integrate with the new system, with a certain system that I can explain for the next slide. Okay. But I believe this is a new system, so there are many improvements that need to be considered and currently being planned for the system enhancement. Okay, for the Malaysian budget system, we use the OBB, outcome-based budgeting. So as we can see here, the granular level, which is the bottom, activity level, or we call it APNF, Activity Performance Management Framework. The ministry level will key in the budget, and also they also will update the activity outcome, PI performance indicator, and activity output, and also the budget planning. So, which means in the ministry, they will start on the granular level, which is activity level. Okay, as we can see there, the red one is budget planning, and the others is related to OBB, outcome-based budgeting. And then the activity level will consolidate the figures for the program level, PPNF, Program Performance Management Framework. So it involves the outcome, the KPI, and also the activities. And then for the the program will be consolidated to MES, Ministry Executive Summary, or ministry level, which include the ministry outcome and the KPI and also the programs. Before the considered on the national level, involve the Malaysia plan, which is now in Malaysia we have a RMK 13, which involve the national outcomes. So basically for the budget is involve two budget, OE, operating expenditure, and also development expenditure. Okay, what are the post-implementation challenges in OBB? Basically, we use the OBB for the before this, but user have to understand what are the OBB outcome-based rating. So there are turnover. There change in the officer. So basically, the user have to understand what are the OBB. So there are one of the challenges, and then the quality of information. Some ministry when they key in the system, they tend to change for the next year. For OBB, we have to have a fixed KPI or OPI so we can measure for the next year. So that's the information key in the system should be the quality so we can measure for the next year. And the third one is adequate on the monitoring and reporting. So ministry will have to report based on quarterly. So some of the ministry maybe didn't achieve the PI atau KPI, so they will, they have to update the output. So, they have to update the status of the PI. And the third one, possible of the overlapping programs and cultural resistance. That is the challenges in implementing OBB in Malaysia. Okay, I'll share with you, this is the process. Basically, it's a flow, budget process in budget preparation system. As you can see on the left is the national level and the right is the ministry level, inline ministry. So we start with the national level. I divide into three. So we have result framework, which is OBB, derived concept OBB. The second one is OE, operating expenditure. The third one is development expenditure. On the green one, the legend is the green referred to RF, result framework. The blue one is operating expenditure. The yellow more to development expenditure, and the purple more to reporting and monitoring. Okay, so we start from the result framework. Let's say for this year, we already opened the system. So the ministry will have to key in. The first one is RF. So setting a framework for success national and RF. So who is Ministry of Economy? We have the system we call MyRMK. So we integrate the data of the national level with MyRMK. So when the ministry level, we see on the right, they will have a look. Okay, maybe there's a changes of the structure of the MP of the ministry refer to programs or activities. So they will have a look on the structure of the program activities. If there's no change, so they will go back to the left, approve of the application of the amendment program. So they say there's no changes on the program activity. If there are change, the ministry level will apply to MOF, so we can help them to update their new possibly program or activities. Okay, on the left, after the MOF approve their amendment program activities, so we go to the right. So the ministry level will providing the national framework RF for ministry level, program level, and the activity level. So on the right we have the MES provider, program provider, and the manager, and also activity provider. The provider refer to line ministry because we have around 7 roles in the system. For MyBelanjawan, so they will update the data appropriate to their roles. Okay, and then after the ministry settle about their RF, they will MOF will certify the RF level for MES, PPNF and APNF. So that's the process for RF. So basically we already open for RF. They will submit around mid of April for the RF level. Like I said, we derive the OBB concept. And the second one, we have the OE level, the blue one. Okay, MOF will establish an indicative shilling on managed spending for OE. So when MOF setting the shilling, the MP ministry level coordinator will set the shilling from the activity level, because budget is key in from the granular level, which is activity. So the MP ministry level will coordinate the budget shilling within the activity level. And then the activity level will prepare the OE on activity budget, which is APNF, activity performance framework. And then the program level will review the OE program budget, and also the control officer will review the budget of OE budget before they submit to MOF for approving for OE for level MES, PPNF and activity. When we submit to the MOF, there will be something like negotiation. So we have roles that BRO, Budget Review Officer, and ABRO. They will review and meet with the. They will review and they will negotiate what budget. So before we finalize on the bottom, we have to prepare buku anggaran. Buku anggaran is a book, budget book, before we consolidate the figure to the book. Okay, so on the third one, we have the DE, the orange one, development expenditure. We use a different system for DE project. So we integrate with the Ministry of Economy for figure for the development expenditure. And then we will have the final approved for DE budget before we consolidate and print in the budget book. Okay, and then we also have the purple one, which is performance reporting. This one, ministry have to report their success framework, a level referred to MES, Ministry Executive Summary, PPNF, Program Performance Management Framework, and also APNF for quarterly, if involved the roles as control officer, program activity manager, and activity level. Okay, and then for performance reporting, the ministry will submit via the system. Everything here is happening in the system. Okay, so they will report on the framework performance, and also for MOF involve the monitoring ministry and national framework. Sorry, I think there's a language in BM, tapi basically this is the rules. I mean, this is a flow for budget process in MyBelanjawan. Okay, these are the integration that we have currently. As you can see, system is MyBelanjawan. So we have an integration. We have integration with Malaysia Planning which is 5 years, and we integrate with the MyRMK on the left. So we talk to the system MyRMK, which is 5 years planning with the MyBelanjawan, and then we also have the OBB outcome-based budgeting that we submit. We use the integration API to integrate with MyBelanjawan, and we submit also to My Project and MyRMK. So, and then the budget management, like I said, for MyBelanjawan is more to budget planning. For MyBelanjawan is a budget management. So it involve the MyBelanjawan. IFMIS is the accountant system, and also My Project is for the DE system. Okay, DE figure. And also, we also integrate with the accounting and general ledger, which IFMIS is the accounting system. And for revenue, currently we didn't have integration. So basically, they didn't pipeline in preparing the documents for BRS, but business requirement specification. So we didn't have integration with them. And for cash and accrual management, in the SIT process, system integration testing, for integration with the related to cash and accrual management for between MyBelanjawan and IFMIS. Okay, what are the benefit of the BPS? Like I said just now, is a new system. So we are actually looking, there are many improvements that need to be considered and currently being planned for the system enhancement. At the present, the MyBelanjawan is the system that is limited to the budget process, whereas other areas such as revenue management, procurement management are not yet incorporated. So way forward, actually, integrated benefit of the PPS is integrated process for the budget planning. So it's increased transparency that and accountability, because when the ministry key in the system, there is changes, we can have a see in the log. So MOF know who's changed the figure, so it's increased the transparency and accountability. So standard and clear workflow. So that's why we involve with the change management with the ministry. We planning for the training, and then information recording and audit trail, we have a log. And also benefits are the submission by the ministry, review by the MOF, and generation of budget book for parliamentary approval and online monitoring. Okay, with that I thank you.